number 3, getting ready to roll up onto the track.
Canadian Lauren Genet, she's a very strong rider. Blaine Ridge-Davis of England, Triasha Paul of India, Dahlia Palmer, the Jamaican sprinter, Lucia Steele of Scotland, and the very talented young Welsh rider Emma Finucane.
Emma Finucane really rose to the occasion here so far at the Commonwealth Games, one to watch out for. Favourite in this heat, Genet, she just moves up to the line from Canada, bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Tokyo.
Lucia Steele, born in Paisley, and here is Emma Finucane, double bronze medalist so far at the Birmingham Games, picking up bronze in the team sprint and the sprint. Triasha Paul, part of an emerging Indian squad who seem to grow with each successive competition that they enter. Particularly the men, actually, they really have performed. And Dahlia Palmer is a very powerful Jamaican sprinter. Very, very strong. If she comes to the line, she is a danger here to all the other riders. Blaine Ridge-Davis is the England representative. Got it all to do, Ridge-Davis here, if she's going to be one of the first 2 to qualify, because in theory, at least, Lauriane Genet of Canada and Emma Finucane would be the favourites to go through. But this heat, I would say, Rochelle, it's a little bit harder to call than the previous ones, previous heats.
Yeah, I really think Lauriane Genet will take control of this race and hopefully stay out of trouble. She'll want to go through automatically, but I think the race for second could be very tight. It's a very tactical race, so they're always difficult to call, but Lauriane Genet of Canada, this is one of her favourite events. She's certainly very experienced in it, so we'll keep an eye on the Canadian, who's now at the back of the 6 riders.
The Jamaican sprinter Dahlia Palmer, the Keirin is her favoured discipline. She spent June racing, Keirin racing in the United States on the circuit. Spent a lot of time working in the gym. Very heavily muscled rider, and I think she's a danger. If she's anywhere near that finishing line in the home straight, everyone else needs to keep her eye on the Jamaican sprinter. Emma Finucane is on her wheel, the young Welsh rider. And right at the back, the favourite, Lauriane Genet, keeping a watchful eye on proceedings in front of her.
Yeah, Finucane will want to keep a very close eye on Genet, because if she can jump and get on Genet's wheel when she makes her move down the back straight when the Derny comes off the track, that would be a perfect ride for the Welsh rider, Finucane. Let's see what happens here. The Derny is off the track, riding from the back. Very dangerous position for Genet. She'll have to make a move pretty soon. She's waiting for Finucane to move. Finucane waiting for Genet to move as the Jamaican moves up.
And here is the big move from Emma Finucane, closely watched by the Canadian. Lauriane Genet picked the wheel of the Welsh rider. Finucane knows that Genet is right on her wheel. Ridge-Davis making a big move on the outside as they take the bell. England in contention here, but the 2 favourites have risen to the top. Finucane doing all the work right on the front.
Well, smart riding from Genet. She didn't want to do more work in the wind than she had to. She's making a move now. This will be good for Finucane as well.
Here they come then. Finucane very, very... Oh, if that had gone on a little bit longer, Finucane might well have been caught by a fast-finishing Lucia Steele, but Lauriane Genet gets the job done. And like her compatriot Kelsey Mitchell, she wins her heat and goes through relatively easily in the women's Keirin. But as we thought, that was a little bit closer, that heat.
Yeah, and I think a little bit closer just in terms of how we saw the finish. But in regards to effort, I think Genet actually reserved more than the other riders. She didn't have to do a really big kick. She left it super late, so she had a very short sprint, which actually worked in the favour of Finucane. It was only coming into the home straight that she really kicked past and used energy, so kept the sprint very short.
She was very alert there, Genet, as to what was happening behind her, almost more focused on the race behind than on Emma Finucane at the front. And as you say, an economical sprint did exactly what she had to do to qualify there in the company of Emma Finucane. So the 2 strongest riders have prevailed in Heat 3. There's the result. Lauriane Genet of Canada, Emma Finucane qualified by rights. Steele, Palmer, Ridge-Davis and Paul have to go through into the repechage.